Thank you for telling me that.
Whatever you say can be and will be held against you.
Unheard of.
Oh, you can turn these off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if everything I say is stupid, then I need to turn it off.
Passing. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Okay. All right. All right. We're working down in Tallahena right now. Okay. We'll get by there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
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 I didn't know.
They did. I got by there earlier and it looks like it's closed. They're open. It looks like it's closed.
Right here. Speakeasy. There's
Special,
a special knock.
special red telephone booth door. As of right now.
As of right now.
When was that receipt from?
Today.
Oh,
Just keep it in mind. I've got to record that and we're 3:57, so we have.
You know what? I was thinking, yeah, they're collecting it, you know, and you got to be disciplined, you know. I didn't write, I just collected.
I think that's her.
I sent him that, what was it here? One was 1,400.
Getting that's not really a problem.
That extra $3,000.
5:30.
That's the truth. You betcha. You betcha.
Well, I know better, so I show up like
Sammy
six,
Jason
five,
would be nice to
45,
have.
so I
Everybody
get
just
parking
come at
space.
1%.
Damn early.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't work out for me.
No, that's really true.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean,
Because the biggest
I
problem is
understand that. And like I
everybody's
said,
trying
there's
to
no
get
fair
out and all
from,
the
you know,
teams
for
are
y'all
coming out at
that
the
do
same
it
time. And it's just,
Yeah.
and stuff.
and those people aren't paying attention.
And-
Group 5 of them walk right down the middle of the street and stop all the traffic.
Otherwise it just sounds like,
Yeah. Sour grapes or whatever. but-
yeah.
But it's not. It is not, you know. And like you said, I don't care if it's just $10, it's $10, you know.
Yeah. $41 on that.
So,
From
am I supposed to,
somebody.
I can vote, talk like normal because I'm not sure, right?
Yeah,
There's 29
That's the
from
special I can't.
yeah, the coffee shop.
Bean. I didn't know they were open.
I didn't know they were either, to tell you the truth.
Otherwise you would have had to
Okay, so I had,
Snowball's already, the snow cone place is already doing $41. I mean, that's
I can't, right.
pretty robust.
I cannot.
See, no,
vote. Right, I think so.
unless there was a
Unless you
tie?
voted, then it would have been-
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if it never happens,
That's what
but
I'm saying, that's what we've been hating for. Just put some pressure on.
I don't even know if we have anything. Not that
So you had a chance to look at the vendor thing, what are your thoughts on that?
on
The other food, yes, it was like for the,
for the fee.
yeah,
Hmm.
typically you don't.
Yes.
Well, they
that's good.
They just
We're never gonna get an
come in,
agreement.
Parks Department come last night and asked
I know.
for,
He kind of
for
does
a
this.
grant for an 80/20
He does
match.
this for you.
I assume
Council
Make it-
approved it.
kind of
So they're
ballpark
applying
is
for a
what we think
grant.
that they might
Monthly grant?
pay or
Mhm.
earn or
Through the-
whatever.
through the state parks.
Fees, so I don't- so everybody's collected, it'll be-
We need to order, sorry. I'm chilling like this.
Judge Wapner over there.
Do roll call. Mr. Brown,
Here,
Mr. Hayden,
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mr. Powell.
Here,
So if everybody can look at the minutes for the last meeting.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor? If you guys can review your financial status. I know we talked in the past, Charlotte, about some of these that are over a year old. After
Yeah,
a
the
year,
grants,
well, there's
the
there's
mayor
4 of them
wanted
on here.
wanted to keep the trolley open in case it was anything else on it, not even in here, but I mean, if you need it, if you would like it closed, so you could free up $1,500, then.
Well, there's.
What else is on
two
there?
more too,
Well, Ram would
right,
is,
okay.
It's perpetual.
I don't know,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Greenwood
Sorry. Yeah,
Farmers
you're right.
Market One,
Yeah, it's not even yet.
car show needs to be coming off there. Because it was, well, I don't know, it was in May. Is it in May?
Yeah, it's that.
It was in April, car show.
It's just 60 days past the event that I
So we
found
still
out.
got a little time.
They had a little more money, so I just kept it up. They got the money so long ago.
Right.
It's 60 days past the event is how long we keep those open. So some of these may have gotten their money a year ago, promised, but their event
It's
is not
until,
until
right.
May of this
But-
year. So technically, they don't have to come off yet, but that balance, and there may be more appeals coming in.
But the first one is,
The first one is up
It's-
to y'all.
2.5 years old.
There
Yeah.
was nothing that said
Right.
anything about how long it would go. It's not an event, it's a different kind of grant.
I think we ought to remove that one.
All right, I will.
Well,
Well, technically,
that's
it's
Just
me,
come back
yeah.
and you-
It's a year and a half.
I mean, I've already,
technically,
I was,
do we need to vote on that, or is that just something
No,
we can,
just tell me to take it off.
are you guys good with that?
but Chris said it, man, yeah.
I'm good.
I'm for it too.
You can go
So
ahead
good.
and add $1,500 to your balance then. if you need
Okay.
to.
Thank you.
15,
Yeah, like.
15, 16,
Well,
15.
that's the next thing, is that you want to turn around and do that. We had to bring up, what number is that we need to talk about?
Oh, some of these
Number 22,
are like, are non-payers, yeah. And number 22 called me today. You know, that we already, so the city attorney sent a notice to them and asked them to come make it good, then talk to me in the letters. And the owner did call. Said that they were, at the time, they were gonna close, and I think it's what I said last time. They were gonna close April 30th. And she got with business. However, that didn't happen. And so the owner called again today and said that they had calculated how much they owe. And they wanted to know if y'all would do a payment plan with them where they bring $300 cash and pay $200 a month until it's paid off. However, I just met with the owner and the claim was they never collected it. So I said, in that case, this commission needs an affidavit swearing that you don't collect, that you never collected it. And she said she was about to do dissolution papers, I guess, wherever you do those,
Yeah,
to finally
For your
close it.
friend,
And I said, we need both of those documents for this commission so that no legal action will be pursued probably by y'all. It's not a promise. I'm just trying to get her to clean it up, and then so y'all can make your decision, but, you know, on how to proceed about that. However, I've received notice of a receipt that shows on there that it has been collected.
So what was the number that they said that they owed
$1,500
for the past?
since August of 2023. But they weren't collecting it, they claim.
But-
But the receipt shows otherwise.
the receipt as of today shows that they're collecting the correct amount.
No, what about this? Are they dissolving the business or?
That's what the claim is.
But they claimed that already in the past.
Yeah.
They were gonna.
But they were
gonna
open
close
today?
A few months ago.
They were open today?
Yes.
Probably. Is it my phone?
You tried to do my thing.
It is on.
So that's the story on that. And what do y'all like to do?
I mean, if they've been collecting it, they should still pay it,
Uh,
even if they are closing, in my opinion.
right. So,
I think we need to decide, do we want them to make a payment plan or just pay us straight up first? And then if they're closing, that's one thing. If they're not closing, then they got to make payments now every month on time.
I think at this point, I'd go with the payment plan. I
I mean,
mean,
that's what I'm
I'd try
thinking.
to maybe collect a chunk up front
you
and
might get.
Well, they
something
offered some
out
up
of it.
front and then monthly payments in addition to the normal
right,
payments.
the person left and leaving me with the thought that they never collected it, and the deal was the affidavit. And, you know, swearing that you didn't collect it.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
now I find out that's not the case. So now that's changed.
Well, regardless of whether they collected it or not, they should have, and that's their mistake for not collecting it properly.
True, but in the history of this commission, since I've been involved in it,
If we believe them.
typically have forgiven it if they
Okay.
have not, because they were confused. Also, there's another story though, because the person claimed that they were sending the 1% into the state. They got all confused, didn't know how this tax was done. I'm just.
You've heard a
receiving
bunch of
lot
different-
stories about it.
yeah.
I think just from a very uneducated guess, there's probably zero there to actually collect. Just a guess.
I was
Yeah,
shown a
I
paper
agree with
on
that.
one of our report forms for the August 23 that showed it up, an amount owed.
Yeah.
Even though they were saying they didn't collect it. So I don't know if the person's so confused or whatever, or confusing me, I don't know. Not confusing me, but I'm just receiving lots of different scenarios.
Well, I could see where initially there's, I was confused, I didn't know, but we've been kind of talking with them
It's been ongoing.
enough that they are aware of it, and so to me, you should be able to, like and I would say, I'm kind of agree with Sammy that probably don't have it, probably not going to get it, but I thought if we can try with the
little
payment
bit at a
plan,
time, yeah.
yeah, and see if cough up something, then that's something.
I mean, it would cost us more money to try to really
Yeah,
find out
it will.
if they owe or not.
Yeah, that, just the letter alone from the city attorney was $75. Take that out of everything. Well, it's actually cost us money.
Trick or treat trail just got
Just-
shorted $75. Man, oh man. I'm just whatever you guys want to do. I mean, it just sounds like there's zero to actually collect. It's just a principal issue that if they truly have been collecting it and not paying it, then that's a different issue.
I
But
think that's the issue. I think that's actually what has happened. Because we have a receipt showing that it was collected. I don't know for how long.
Because if she didn't, she wouldn't have added up all the other months. She'd say,
Yeah.
well, we forgot to collect it, but we did collect it for January on, and it's
That's
this
why I was
month.
like, when she showed me the report, I was like, but you said you're not collecting.
Hmm.
and if they truly were sending it into the state, that is easily
There would be a
tracked.
refund.
There's easily somebody has records of that. So I don't know if you just reach out and say, hey, what can you do? Just
Let's have the truth.
tell us what you can do. And I don't think that,
What's our next legal step to take? I mean, can we,
nothing.
Well, it would
Cost
be,
us
it would
money.
be the city attorney taking it to court. Summons to appear, all that, and that's gonna be expensive, but
And best you're going to get is a judgment.
right.
And
I'm just thinking we need
they're
to,
going to say, I can afford to pay
right.
$12.86 a month. And we've spent $1,000 on an attorney that we're never going to get back.
If we can just decide, I mean, we're going to ask for this, we're going to tell them this is the plan. You do this month, starting in July. If you don't make a payment, then we're going to move on with more,
the city attorney.
legal matters against you
Okay,
because
then
you're not
$300
compliant.
Was her offer, and then $200 a month thereafter until it's paid off and they're.
I make a motion that we accept what she has offered us.
Second,
All those in favor? And contingent on them being this month on, moving on, there's no late payments, they're making payments. I mean, in addition to getting our money to start, they start staying true to the correct, yeah.
300, like tomorrow. Then
And then the correct amount plus 200.
July, whatever the day.
Good luck with that, Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Charlotte, I don't know if we talked about this last meeting. Number 2 is no longer open,
Oh, okay.
not there
I
anymore.
didn't, I didn't. I didn't
Okay.
Know that or remember that or something. I will, note it's closed on there. And then it won't appear on next year, but since it's part of this year, it'll just remain on there.
Okay.
And this is just OCD kicking in here. Number 10, or not, I'm sorry, which I'm lost, 18. Can you put that little quotation next to them too, since it kind of helps us identify where they're at?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes.
Would
yes.
that be okay?
I will.
Or-
That's a good idea. On any other than, of those, there's another one, you know, if any of the other ones don't have it, I mean,
Any other questions or comments on the financials?
we do want to note something on the splash pad. We transferred $20,000 at the end of last year as the commission voted on. However, we are not obtaining a loan on the splash pad for this year. $20,000 is meant to pay for the principals, for the interest. So we're gonna apply that $20,000 that was paid in December to this year, since we're about to get the loan. So another $20,000 will not go until next year. That way you won't have to incur $20,000 hit this year for next year. We just need to catch up.
Okay,
Okay.
that sounds good.
All right. I think that's.
That's what we said once we take that other out.
I mean, so, yeah, just say that, but,
Go ahead.
I guess we need to vote.
I need a motion on the financials.
Make a motion, we accept them.
Well, I was wondering, just have we asked Tom if he has any input, or just any remarks?
Always have everyone.
Thanks, Jason.
Don't give me the floor. On the back sheet of.
Do it at the city council meeting. Tom Marsh, Fort Smith, Arkansas. You have a graph in your financials that shows where you are right now as far as your collections over year. Right now, for the month of May over May, you collected 15.24% more than you did in the previous year, May. And for a cumulative, you're 7.59. Now remember, you budgeted 5%, so you're about 2.5 above where you had anticipated being at this point, actually for the whole year. One line of thinking on that is you're hopefully seeing the prepared food establishments in Greenwood, seeing the increased volume from some of the people that are working on the bypass. And they're stopping for lunch. We know there's several businesses that we see their trucks out front, and we see them enjoying some of the fare that we have locally. So hopefully that's going to continue at least throughout this year until they start wrapping up that project in a couple of years. Yeah.
2026.
So,
Yeah,
so keep it up. I mean, you're above where you needed to be. You started off a little slow, but right now you're making up for it. So that's good. It's good. And that's it.
So we still have a motion from Sammy.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Okay. Grant request, South Sebastian County Boys and Girls Club fencing.
What else y'all want to know about it?
Yeah, we tabled this
Okay.
last time. We tabled this last time and asked him to come back, and he has done so. So just thoughts on it, where we're at now. I know Mr. Smith got you a little bit of money on a GoFundMe, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I need to get with you and get
Oh,
your
okay.
bank account information.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion. Based on what we have available, obviously, we can't give the whole 12,000 that Kenny's looking for, but I'll make a motion that we grant 3,000 at the current time.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor?
June.
So we get 3 right now and the option to come back, I guess, a couple months if you want to try again, see if we have any more money, we can work on it in stages. Can we do that?
Well, we'll see what we can do and everything.
Okay.
I just don't 3 months ago, you offered 4. And then the thing was, we didn't have the money for all of it. And we said, okay. And we came back next month and then it goes down to 3, even though we were the first ones up. I'm just asking a question there.
I don't have an answer for you other than Kenny, other than we've got some events that are coming into town that are regular events that we know draw people.
Well,
And I
we're
understand
averaging,
fences.
we're keeping people not only in town and bringing people in to play. We're averaging over 5,000 people out there during the week, but with our sports after school and everything. And most of them are at night and they're bringing, when they come to play, I don't know the percentage, but they're stopping in Greenwood to eat. So,
Right.
I understand the thing about bringing the outsiders in, but it's also keeping the kids, the people inside instead of going to Fort Smith and going to play or somewhere else.
I agree with keeping people in Greenwood to eat. I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer in that.
And Kenny, I'm sorry, I don't remember about, our minutes show that it was 3,000.
Last meeting,
Yeah.
the meeting before it was 4.
Oh, the meeting before.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were last that meeting. But,
Have you
So the
reached
meeting, the
out to-
December meeting, you're talking about?
excuse me,
You're talking about the December meeting or the February meeting?
whatever the third one was from here, it's probably, I guess, February and everything.
Okay.
We've raised some more money and everything, and we've come out, and that's what I was gonna tell you, we've come up with 5,000 so far, on it. So,
I'm gonna throw a name out there for you who is synonymous with being able to post something and get an enormous amount of local support. Chief Dawson.
and
Have
Chief's
you,
helped
have you
us out a
talked to
ton.
Chief?
I haven't talked to him since he retired, but yeah.
I would reach out to him.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me like when he approaches the public
Mhm.
and takes some pictures and says, "Can you help me with this?" Within minutes or hours,
Yep.
he says, "We have what we need."
Right.
I know he is a huge supporter.
Oh, yeah.
Of
Big
youth
time. He's helped
sports.
us out a ton.
He's chasing his daughter around from place to place doing softball. He's seeing all these other facilities that are incredible on a weekly basis. I would reach out to him and see if there was something that he thinks he could do.
Okay.
I'm quite confident if he got behind it, he could help you enormously.
Right. Okay.
Just my 2 cents worth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Federal
Kenny?
records don't show any kind of dollar amount. Doesn't mean that they didn't offer it, but it
I'm not gonna make it up.
If you want to
Yeah.
loop me in on that, I don't mind helping as well.
I'll do it.
Any way I can.
All right.
And maybe with the 3 they just gave you and 5, that'll get half of it and come back, see if we can give the other half.
Okay. Well, we do appreciate it though.
Are you wanting to
Thank
table it, or
No, we've already granted him the 3. I'm just telling him he can.
do you want it to appear on the next agenda? This project?
Yeah, let's put it on the next agenda and then you can report back what you were able to accomplish with some individuals
Yeah.
and see where
And
we're at.
we have been reaching out and everything.
All right, I'll put it on the next agenda.
All right, okay.
Greenwood Adaptive Playground Project. I know you guys are repeat coming too, so I guess you're giving us an update.
Yeah, we do have an update. Our group, along with our contractors and partners, we've decided to do the playground in phases. So we do plan to break ground on phase 1 in the next few months. We did have a slight hang up this past week when we realized that we used all the funds that we came up with because of a matching grant that the Parks Department is applying for in the next few months. So we wouldn't hear back about that grant until I think January 2025. So that was kind of a little bit of a hang up. So we were hoping to get a little bit of funds to get a few more pieces of equipment on the ground because we still want phase one to be the most significant phase of the entire project. We're meeting with our contractors and partners next Tuesday, and we wanted y'all to have a hand in the game for phase one.
And I don't
How
know,
much? Oh, go ahead.
I would say, I don't know, the grant request is for the 100,000, which, I mean, what are you needing now?
That's what I
What,
was gonna
yeah,
ask.
what do you,
I thought we changed it to 25,000, didn't we? 20.
Well, it says 100 and then it lists the pieces of
yeah, pieces of
equipment.
equipment if we
Like
wanted to look at
categorized in
equipment,
there.
but-
I know we talked the first time y'all were here. Y'all were just, we were saying that
Oh.
100 wouldn't be something we could probably.
Right.
You have it itemized in the
But we-
proposed budget.
Yeah.
A $30,000 rotating deck with that.
Yeah.
We were kind of wanting to pick one thing that we could maybe help pay for, but
Yeah, that would be, I mean, that would be completely fine with us if
but
y'all.
what phase is being built and what's in what phase, I guess is the question.
It would depend on how much we have total. We'll start breaking ground.
We have the contractors for like land clearing and concrete that are ready to go. They're ready to hit the ground. And so we definitely want to get at least that part. And then we would get the main play structure so that it could be more of a complete park at first. And then we would, phase
Add
two
on
would
to
be,
it.
yeah, phase two would be the outlier pieces. And then fencing, I think, but.
Do you know how much y'all need to get started right now? With your contractor or whatever?
Well, they're donating their
They're-
material and time. We have a meeting next Tuesday with them where we're going to get all of that pieced out. But I think we have around 400,000 of the total, but we can't use, I think,
We have to keep 250 in there.
yeah, 250,000 is what that grant will match up to. So we have to leave that there for,
So we kind of have,
150.
yeah, 100,
181.
150 to kind of play around with.
How much is phase one cost going to be? Do y'all
I
know?
don't know. Depends on what they can build.
The main place structure is a little over 400,000.
The main one? So it's short 250 right now just to get started?
The idea is to try to get a parking lot in place more or less,
Yeah.
just show that the boundary of the park.
so that something's going to happen for sure.
Well, I know we don't have 250.
No, we know that.
Well, I think, I mean, our big thing was we wanted to help, but there was always those questions of exactly what do you guys have? What's the plan? What's the date? And it seems like you're still kind of, I mean, you got a meeting, you said next week.
That's what the contractors.
Right. And so, I mean, we don't, I mean, for us to say we can even commit some money
Yeah.
for
And
what, to do what?
But the thing is that like we want to approach more of the community with trying to get other sponsors. And I think having like some A&P money or more committed funds would really help us with that. It would help us get to that 400,000 because we could say like we only need this much more when we approach other people in the next couple months. We plan to invite a lot of people to that meeting next week.
And I think generally speaking, all of the land clearing and everything is kind of the beginning of phase one that we're hoping to have done by the end of the year. And then hopefully, starting at the beginning of the year, we'll be able to see how much funds we have raised this year with whatever you guys could possibly give us, and then add on, hopefully we reach that 400 where we can actually start building that big place.
Well, I mean, it is a great project and stuff, I mean, the way I see is that we're already committing, a chunk of money to Freedom Fest, and we're already gotten money committed to the splash pad, and I'm thinking, I have no problem saying, you're making a commitment, but I'm thinking, we're already kind of getting ourselves maxed out, and I'm thinking if maybe in, I hate to do this to you, but maybe, if we look at, 2025 to say that like we are doing with the splash pad, we're kind of committing so much, we're committing, 20,000 over the next, 5 years. Is that right? Next 5 years. And, maybe we could do something, along that scale. I don't know if it might, it might not be even, 20,000 because of all our kind of other commitments. It might be
Yeah, we're not,
5,000, per year or something like that. While it's a great endeavor, we just kind of got to knock away some of these other things that we're already have kind of long-term commitments to.
well, I said, we're not the cash cow to hook onto. We don't have the money. We're normally the ones who kind of can pitch in at the end and help you with the last little thing, but what do you got want to do? We can ask them to come back in August, October.
I mean, I'd say that they, you just never know. I mean, we might have a windfall with they got construction guys out there, that all of a sudden we have a more of a surplus coming in than we expected and stuff. I mean, y'all could welcome to come each time, and like I said, if we do have a surplus, then I wouldn't, to me, hesitate to give y'all, some of that surplus to spread it around.
What they don't know is their available balance that they're working with right now, like the amount of money they can even grant, is showing the strain of the other commitments they've already done. And that's the problem. They're just not cash.
Mhm.
Y'all are needing significant dollars.
Well, we would
And-
actually, we would take kind of anything that you guys wanted to give. We have really great community support. And I think when we start approaching the next few sponsors, we're going to meet that goal. And we wanted y'all to kind of be a part of that first stage. So if there's, anything that y'all could throw in there, then y'all would be a part of that.
And when you say I guess I think, I'm not trying to speak for everyone, but I think I've got a fairly decent grasp. When you're asking for a chunk that big and you're $400,000 short of where you need to be, and we're sitting there with $1,000 to $2,000 or something like that, are you saying we'll take anything, or are you saying we need 20,000 to really make a difference? I mean, I guess just tell me or tell us what you're looking for, because 400,000 is one number, which obviously we are not in a position to help with.
No, that's what we have.
Right.
But,
But even if you're asking for 20,000, you can look at our numbers and see that we don't have that to
Right.
offer for every single person that comes in here this month.
right. No, so y'all have like an itemized list, I think, of different playground equipment. So anything that could be donated, and like a $3,000, anything like that, y'all would still be a part of phase one. So we want to get some of those
okay.
things.
We don't have that, not on this one.
The only thing
no.
that I see shows the smallest amount is $20,000.
Yeah, all we have is the choices of things.
You have 2 tree houses for 20,000 apiece.
Yeah, then the
This
last,
line and a rotating deck for 30,000. So it looks to us like the smallest amount of something we can buy is $20,000.
Okay, yeah. We have,
Now, I know that, Charlotte, there's an account that's been established, right? To restricted account for,
There's, not with the city, we have a virtual.
we have a virtual account.
That doesn't have anything in it.
But I'm saying that we could say whatever we can give, it could go into that virtual account or whatever and build up, or
Yeah, we can
That's what I was kind of,
transfer from.
Just whatever we have, a little bit extra.
virtual account, and that way you see it over there from, and it could be part of the.
that was what we had.
and it's just a bone right now, but I can see that we got back $1,500 from the trolley. We can give the
Or just
15.
donate to this virtual account, build up, and then make
we have
a bigger donation in a different phase.
Well, what I was going to suggest is we got $1,500 back from the trolley. Just put that in that virtual account right now. And then as
We
we
just had some pre-commitments.
give extra money, next time period, if they come forward, and say, we can,
500 coming out.
our goal is to try to get
This is
to
what
like
we were
the
doing
treehouse,
extra
so we
with
can
that-
Sure.
have given
with
$20,000 in the
1,500
treehouse can say sponsored by the A&P.
Yeah.
So can we just
I
give
thought we had-
$1,000 now, $2,000 until we eventually get to 20?
Tell us how much money to transfer over person.
That's 10, 5. Oh, what's the 1,500 that we took off from?
And we could just say that we're going
Yeah,
for the $20,000
$1,500.
treehouse.
Right.
And if after we get there,
Off that
they still need
financial.
more, then we could look at another treehouse if that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah, we'll just whittle at it, a little time, so.
Are you guys,
Does that work? Does that work
So-
for y'all?
are you guys hearing that down there?
Chris, I was,
What was that?
We could put as much money as we want in each month to get to the goal of,
Or each meeting.
It's like a layaway account.
yes.
Yes.
We could put the treehouse in layaway and
there you
I
go.
think
and maybe by
they're
the
just
end
kind
of
of
the
looking for a
year-
soft commitment
maybe
tonight.
by
We're
the end
gonna
of the year,
we're
we
trying to
can
help.
pay
We
it
want
off.
to.
What do y'all want to start with?
But Chris, I was saying that we got $1,500 back from the trolley. So
Yeah.
let's plow that to it.
You make a motion?
We have a little bit
I
more.
make
to
a
do.
motion.
To put it towards that
Transfer
account to build up. for
$1,568 from the trolley account, which the mayor does not need, to these ladies right here with the park,
Into that
Second
virtual
it.
account.
and to the virtual account.
You have a second.
Second.
Mr. Powell. All those in favor? Now we'll try to continue to do it to get to that $20,000 commitment of the
Yeah.
treehouse.
I encourage you to keep coming.
Well, just to get us updated.
A catalog too. We have a catalog.
Oh, sorry.
Wonderful.
You're good?
Well, I appreciate y'all volunteering to take on this project. It's a worthy
It's a
project.
very-
and it's
I
just-
love it. I love it.
I'm gonna throw in a trolley, 3 more trolley rides.
We might need to do next function.
As long as it doesn't break down. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
So do we need to put them on next month or can they just show up
Yes.
next
Meeting.
meeting?
Next
Yeah,
meeting.
2 months.
Yes, I will.
Just for an update.
I'll put one.
Just, yes, an update.
We'll always have one there. Remind
Yeah.
to transfer money if you have.
That's fine. But if, I don't
That's
want
where
them,
I'm
if they
at
don't
right
show up,
now.
we can still put money in there.
331.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll play with them.
Okay.
Once you have-
Um,
I'd already just pre-added those in, the ones that
Hooten's, Arkansas
Ryan.
football.
in the disc golf tournament. 'cause I knew
We do that all the time, so.
Hello,
Hello.
and thank you, first of all, for putting me on your agenda. I appreciate it. I know I was scheduled earlier, maybe in your December meeting and couldn't make it, so that's going to affect this just a little bit. But I gave you each a packet with information about Hooten's Arkansas football and a list of contributors and also a sample ad in the back. So you can look at that later, read it, and just enjoy that at your own pace. My son bought Hooten's Arkansas football in 2021 from Chad and Chris Hooten, who had started it in the early 90s. And they retired and went on to other things. And Thomas is in charge now, and you've got some paper on the contributors and him and his story there too. And we started last year doing covers of the high schools. That's never been done before. We do a championship cover for high school of a lot of the players and teams of the champions. And I'm sure Greenwood, I can't recall right now, probably had somebody on the cover. Elkins had a cover, but this year Greenwood's going to have a cover because I think y'all are a football town. And so we're going to I've been with Chris Jones this afternoon shooting 11 championship rings, hopefully for the cover if my shots turn out all right. So you're going to have a cover and we'll do a few more, probably another champion cover. And we get 150,000 views on that book every year. We sell 15,000. That's up from 3,000 a couple of years ago. And we are turning it more into, it's going to have the same great coverage previews of the upcoming high school and college football teams. But we've also got more articles and more feature stories. We have the best writers, some of the best writers in the South writing these stories. And you've got information on those too in your packet. And great editors that have worked for the Democrat Gazette for years and have come to work for us. Now, I will tell you that Hooten's works on a very thin margin. There is not an extra penny. All right. And you probably know in advertising that we sell the books, but with the cost of printing, our money comes from advertising. So what I'm asking you to consider is to do a half-page ad for your community, town and community, promoting Greenwood, you can take it different ways, promoting the team, promoting Greenwood and all the things you have to do here, whatever you decide. I think the best route for y'all would be the half page or a full page ad for you to consider. So let me think. I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous. My second proposal for you all is to consider buying at cost books for Chris Jones to give to all the players. And you would get those books at cost.
Who's
And-
Chris Young?
Chris Young?
Oh, I'm
Chris
sorry.
Young,
Did I
yeah,
say
and
Chris
it is-
Jones?
Yeah, you're absolutely
Oh,
right.
my
I know
God.
Chris Young. I'm just
I
not
know,
familiar with
I'm
Chris
sorry,
Young.
And
Chris
you know,
Young.
Rick
Okay.
Jones.
Yeah, yeah.
Rick Jones and
I
Chris
apologize.
Young's son.
Oh, no.
I didn't
Now I'm
know-
in
I
trouble.
didn't know if there was somebody you were working with.
No, I thought
that
you were being
wasn't familiar
facetious. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Chris Young. Yeah, and I should know that. But anyway, but that is that
I'm glad you put that.
we have a little time crunch problem too. In December, you would have had plenty of time to consider and think about your decision. Now you have a couple of weeks. We go to print in 2 weeks. It's a little earlier than last year because our printing press in Little Rock sold. And now we're having to print in Colorado. So we're on a little different time schedule. But the book's going to be wonderful. Thomas has added feature stories on all the different conferences, 2A to 7A, that are going to be wonderful feature stories. And this is, y'all know, this is the kind of book you don't throw away. This book hopefully will live on shelves and in people's homes for boys to look at and remember, and girls also. And anyway,
Have you approached the Booster Club?
the Booster Club pays for their coverage. This will be separate. The Booster Club is always wonderful about paying. Greenwood always does 2 full pages and they get up to 30 pictures.
I see.
And they always do it right. They,
Okay.
our guys interview the coaches and y'all do it right. You really do. And everything about Greenwood is high class. My son coaches high school football. I'm in the football business. And so y'all are a class act. And the guys at work always say, the coaches that get all their paperwork in and get everything in, like Chris Young does, they always have a good team. So, but anyway, that's what I've got. We've got a couple of weeks. You've got my information on it, and you can reach out. And if you decide not to this year, I hope you will consider next year.
Well,
But-
I was just going to me, I'm not speaking on anybody else, but they go, if maybe if you'd have come in December, made that, we might have been able to, plan accordingly. But
I know.
it's just,
Yeah,
like you said, you're operating on margins. Our margins
Yes.
are getting kind of tight here and that's
That's
usually always
right.
the case as we come into the second half of the year.
Yes, sir.
The money gets consumed, and
That's right.
I think we're at that point. So
Yeah.
I would just recommend us not having to pass at this point in time because we're just
Right.
kind of out of money we still got Halloween coming up. We've got
Mhm.
some other things that we always have a commitment to make those. And
That's right. And I understand that. And I knew that. But I thought I'm going to come
apologize,
in.
but if
Oh, that's
you'd have been
no,
here
that's all
December,
right.
We'd
I-
probably
I-
have some more wiggle room.
Yes, sir. That's right. And I hope you consider for next year. And I'll
Yes.
reach back out to Charlotte, or I guess that's who. Are you Charlotte?
That's
We've
Charlotte.
never met. We've talked.
And-
We've emailed back and forth. I thought so. Yeah. And so we'll talk again next year, possibly. And listen, thank you for your time. Go Bulldogs.
Yes, there you go. And really, yes, if you can make the December one, that would be the best one to make,
I'll do it next year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Arkansas Children's Hospital Disc Golf Tournament. Mr. Horn.
Hello.
Hello.
This is actually going to be our 13th annual disc golf tournament for the Arkansas Children's Hospital. Y'all have been supporting us since the 3rd year, and we really appreciate all the support you've given us. Last year, we had 114 participants, which tied the most we've ever had. I'm shooting for 144 this year since we've got 2 courses. We could even go bigger than that, but I don't want to jump the gun at this point to see how many. I think 144 would be a great number. I know that's what Battle of Bell Park has right now, and that's what they're going to have for June the 29th. So it's been successful. People enjoy coming. We have people from Missouri, Oklahoma come, and then all over Arkansas. I'm asked all the time, are you having it again? Did you do it again? Are you doing it again? Even this last weekend, when are you going to do it? I said, well, we actually do have a date now, August the 3rd. So I know it did say August or September, but we have finalized August the 3rd is our date.
Do you know how much we gave last year?
Excuse me?
Do you know how much we gave last year?
6,500, I think.
6,500, okay. And you're asking for 7,000 this year?
Yes, sir.
And that goes to discs, shirts, and trophies.
Was there a question? I'm fairly deaf, so if y'all don't answer, you just say it again.
It was 6,500, okay.
I make a motion that we grant the full 7,000.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck. Enjoy the
Yes.
second course.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
2024 Chamber of Commerce Yule Run.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our request is for the same amount.
Mr. Chairman's not here.
Last year. But you fill the chair. You know, our races they just keep getting better and better. And we know one of the reasons they get better and better is because you all help us treat the runners right. And they go and tell other people that this is a great race. I think I told you last year we asked for a show of hands of who was from out of town. Almost every hand in the room went up. So I think we're accomplishing our job, bringing more and more people in, and y'all have helped us for a long time. I hope you still can.
What'd y'all get last year? How much?
3,500, same amount.
Same amount.
Yeah, and that's just enough. It's allowed us to give them a really quality shirt. And
How many years has this been?
I'm sorry.
How many years? I think it was one of the first.
Well, the Freedom Fest, it's the second oldest one in Arkansas. It's 44 years now.
Right behind it, though.
The Christmas one, I think, is 17 or 18 years, but it's been going pretty well.
I'll make a motion. We approve the grant request for $3,500.
Second.
All those in favor?
Thank you, gentlemen. I hope we don't have any shirts left over to bring y'all, which has been the case last year.
That'd be great.
Greenwood promo videos. Dr. Goldsmith. Hello, sir.
10.
2017, I made a series of videos for the city to promote the city of Greenwood. And we're talking about doing a kind of re-upping of that since a couple things have happened in the last 7 years. Let me show you. Let me get on here real quick.
Remember to make sure your phone's the right direction.
I know. Actually, hold my phone like that. There we go. Oops. Oh, I just had a top business article come out about the film festival. Sorry, I was looking at that. We just got a record number of entrants in this year. Also run the Fort Smith International Film Festival. And we actually will be doing some of that here at the part of the festival will be here in Greenwood this year.
Boom.
So let me get back to y'all's page here real quick. All right. Oh, here we go. So yeah, so just this morning, the rodeo actually asked for some of the videos to play on their screen. And so they passed them on the videos. And so what I'm looking at doing is kind of just doing a revamp to where we do 5 things of different aspects of the city and then do one overall video. And I'll give you an example of some of the ones that we did in 2017.
I'm with you. Brave man opening his phone up on TV, YouTube.
Oh, you know.
Welcome to Greenwood, the city that feels like home. Our schools are regularly rated among the top 5 academic programs in the state. Greenwood's athletic programs have a winning tradition with team and individual state championships in football, volleyball, softball, basketball, baseball, wrestling, track, bowling, and golf. Our Performing Arts Center provides a place for students to showcase their talents and serves as an entertainment venue for the community. Housing the University of Arkansas Fort Smith robotics class and other programs, our freshman center sets students on a path towards college and future careers. Because of Project Lead the Way, the Arkansas Department of Education designated Greenwood Junior High as one of the state's 12 schools of innovation. As a result of our district-wide STEM program, East Point Elementary was ranked one of the top 5 schools in Arkansas, and East Hills Middle School is in the top 10 of the state. Make Greenwood your home. Check us out at greenwoodarkansas.com.
So we did just kind of with all the new trails and all the new things. So we do some stuff on the trails. All the festivals that you are paying for, we can go and actually do a video of the festivals to show them off and show what all the things are going on here. All the different activities that people can do, from disc golf to fishing, we had the series of videos. So I understand how else fundings work. So if there was a way to, do this in sections, because we got, Freedom Fest coming up, that way I could, because I have some crew that I work with, that we could start at least getting some of the videos done on those sections and build up, as your budget allows, until we can do the full 6 videos. And we were getting, those videos got up to 20,000 views each. And so what I'm looking at doing this year, instead of just doing 30-second videos, because the way internet is doing 30-second full ones that can go on the website, but then doing some 15-second ones also, that can be for social media. So in total, you'd be getting 18 videos.
So this was a video you did
That in
in past.
2017.
Okay.
So a few things have happened around here.
So
There's
you
a
just
few
want to
newer-
update them.
Yeah, update the videos and
Where are they shown at?
so on the website, on the web pages, and putting them out there. And basically, it's a way to bring people to Greenwood, as a way of bring people to town, and as a way of promoting the whole town as a whole.
Who has ownership of the video?
The city does.
City.
Is this more a Chamber of Commerce?
I was wondering who paid for it last time. How did
A&P did.
I mean, it's advertised in the city of Greenwood, so it makes sense.
Mhm.
Brandon, you mentioned, not to interrupt, I guess, you mentioned the rodeo call.
Yeah, the rodeo call this morning for one of them, that from 2017. So they're getting used, and people are asking for them.
They had a jumbotron this year at the rodeo, and they wanted to know, they called me, they wanted to know if the AP had a video that they could use. I said, we do not have such thing. So I said, but, I will look around and ask around about, because I knew that Brandon had done some promotional videos a while back. I'd forgotten what they really look like. So she said the deadline is Friday to get whatever I can find back to her.
Yeah, but I can give you one of these
Yeah.
originals from my phone to give to them. But that way we can have an updated, instead of a 7-year-old version of the city of Greenwood. And it can be something that we can roll through, depending on how many funds y'all get every 2 months, because it's going to be an ongoing thing, because I got to get all the festivals when school gets going, we have to get footage. And so it can be a thing that we can roll out, and as y'all have funding.
Well, I think this is exactly what we're here for.
Mhm.
And I know we can't do it right now because, but we can break it up and maybe give a commitment to break it up over some time.
Are you saying like over the next 4 meetings that we have, break it up to like a fourth, a fourth, a fourth?
That was just a rough estimate.
If you don't mind, it's hard to do all these different little commitments
Uh-huh.
over and over again inside of the AP, but can you put them on like, what is it, third next week? How much money you got?
But he-
That's- it's first.
But he's kind of wanting to do this through the year. I think we ought to grant him $1,500
4 sections of it.
and then let's do it in the next 4. Let's finish it up in the next 4 meetings.
I'll second that.
I know, Charlotte, that's hard to do. So if you'll just put it in the minute, Charlotte, that's, all we'll need is a reminder.
So what would that do to you?
Well, if we could finish by, try to get some stuff. So how many meetings have you now between now and December?
4 a year.
Monthly or meetings?
Yeah.
Because we have monthly meetings every 2 months.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
talking about giving 15 every month
No,
or every 2
no,
months?
just
Every meeting.
just at our
Every-
meeting.
Yeah, at our meetings.
So we got
There's
another
only
one,
like 2 more left.
August,
Yeah.
October, and December. So there's three more meetings. So if we grant 1,500 now,
We could
that
get it.
leaves us with 3,700. And if you put him at the top,
He can't be at top. We've already.
or.
I think
right behind
second.
Kenny.
Yeah, that puts
It'd
us
be
down to 4,700. We can just see where you're at next month. Because the more that I can do means the more that I can shooting that I can do with the team.
But if we commit to the 6,200 by the end of the year, then
Yeah.
you can go ahead and just plan on doing everything that.
Yeah, we can just start doing the shooting and stuff.
I mean, I'm good with that.
I'm good
Does
with
he have to come
doing,
back next month then, or-
doing 1,500.
We just know that we have a $4,700 balance with him, and we can just look at it the next three times and figure out, what we want to do. But allocate 1,500 out of this budget right here. Is that what you're saying, Ron? I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Cole, I mean, you think if we have 1,500 would, 1,500 is what I'd say.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great video.
Thanks.
Can't wait to see the new ones. I say, I didn't hear the mayor talking in that one.
We already ruined the sound system.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get a yes,
Just sit down. Don't let him prompt you. So the last thing we have is a discussion of the mobile vending flat fee and event. And I don't know if we want to table that when we have more of the committee here, if we want to
I
talk
make a
about it.
motion, we table that until we have a full.
We don't really have anything
I second
updated
that.
on it, so that I'm aware of. He was just gonna look into where we're at. We could,
Well, the most recent discussion is the $100 fee. So our mobile vendor ordinance is,
You included
or not
that.
mobile vendor, yeah, it is mobile vendor ordinance. Says in it that it exempts festivals,
yes.
which isn't y'all's. City council.
City council was going to have to address that issue.
But the Parks and Freedom Fest Committee would like to charge $100 for each of the food vendors, but that would be against our own ordinance. I did that. It exempts. Anything else? So I was the bad guy again. I told Casey, well, we can't do that.
So what
So
do
we
y'all
would have-
think?
We would have to change our ordinance that there are no exemptions, that it would just be,
Yeah.
it would be for everything. And if it's Freedom Fest or if it's,
Mayor or his designee or anything in this ordinance, we would have some kind of, there's no kind of that.
what about like a nonprofit that wanted to go out there to raise money? Are they already exempt because they're a nonprofit? So all we'd be changing is amending our ordinance that we don't exempt people for fall festivals and city events. It's just,
That was based on comments from y'all, Freedom Fest Committee, and then also the Park Committee.
well, when we started, Freedom Fest was just getting going. Now that it's grown like it is, we were trying to draw people in. That would be just changing that.
There was some specific comments made that and I completely agree, it's unfair on the 4th of July to have 30 food trucks on the square to get clean up, and then
The local
Our
business.
bricks and mortars.
had to shut down basically for the day because all is in one central location.
I still, I've Mike and
I do
Christian.
want to ask, comment.
Okay.
In the ordinance, it says the word, an exemption. The provisions of mobile vendor event. So does that free up city festivals to do whatever you want? Or,
That was the intention of the way that it was written, was that the provisions of that ordinance do not govern how mobile vendors operate inside of an approved event. So in case you were to set regulations inside of that event, he can do that.
okay,
So if the Parks Commission, this is just my opinion, if the Parks Commission stated and they wanted, however they wanted to put that in place, if they wanted to charge $100, they would be able to do that, but that would be governed by them and not that ordinance. That was my intention when it was written.
and I think that's great, but what I think we have got to decide then is if we charge the 100, we still have to collect the 1% tax. Because nobody's exempt from that tax according to the ordinance. And that's where I asked Bob to give us his knowledge about exemptions from that tax. But we've had this flat fee discussion to try to get away from collecting the tax.
I don't think that you have to get away from collecting the tax. It's just you're never going to collect the tax. It's just not going to
Well,
happen.
we do collect it,
Sometimes.
but not majorly.
But
So what,
but if you put the fee in place on top of, then you're securing
Yes,
that
at least we got 100.
you're getting
But you
something.
still,
Yeah.
but we don't need to say, y'all pay 100 and don't pay 1%. They gotta pay 100, plus you need to let them know they need to pay 1%. It will be good.
And like, yeah. And what Sammy's, yeah.
they'll pay the 1% on their credit card stuff and all their cash stuff is whatever.
You're right. That's what Sammy's saying. You'll never collect the
But at least you're getting at least 100 flat, and then if the honest
So
person's
we
gonna
are
give you a
all
little
in
bit more.
agreement in the-
Is that all you want is 100?
And 2 council
I mean,
members that,
$100 assumes that they did. and
I don't think it's that
business.
ambiguous. I agree with Hunter.
I mean, I'm just asking, is that all you're wanting is $100 per?
Yeah, I mean, then I would be out of there with $3,000 for 30 food trucks.
Is that all you're asking for? Is
Ideally, yeah.
100?
Ideally,
That's it.
but they'll also be given an A&P form, and if they can, it's
And they
their
need to.
responsibility to turn in the form.
yeah, and they need to. 'cause
I agree with that. It's
You
their
might get more
responsibility.
than that.
I agree too that they'll probably only do it, on credit card, transactions, because that's the only thing that you have an actual, record of theoretically. But I agree with Sammy. You probably never collected even period, unless on some.
we
but
do
not on the
need to
majority.
say,
So you're saying, if you get $100 per, you're going to get $3,000. So using that math, if you were getting 250 per, you would be getting 7,500.
That's right.
That's why I'm asking. Is that all you're asking for is $100 per?
Yeah, and I think the reason for $100 is just to kind of
'cause we're gonna go
ease
for-
into this a little bit.
I agree with you.
Not make it such an ouchie right off the
Yeah.
bat, because it's always been free. Like the tagline for Freedom Fest is "Freedom Fest is free." And that was.
But
across the board.
but I guess you're right, and it has been. But we could also extend that, just saying it's free for the citizens, or the, and the vendors, since
Yeah,
they
if
are
you
they
want
are
to set up a
making
vendor,
money.
The citizens of Greenwood don't pay anything to come to Freedom Fest. It's still free.
The food not free.
I'm with Casey. I think $100 is fair to get started and see what happens.
All right.
I did say I wanted to table this.
A&P is a fair food tax. A&P, she says, that tax is still gonna be collected. What Parks is wanting to do is they wanna say, first, if I'm a vendor and I sell clothing, or I sell things that I build and make, they don't charge for that.
Right.
These guys come in there, and all a food vendor is they're gonna just move their vendor and sell their food. Now, you're still gonna get your A&P money, and they're gonna get 45% of it if they indeed collect it and remit it. But that's no different than the honor system you have with every other brick and mortar too, because we don't necessarily go right out every month and all of that. So the money that they're wanting, they want that full $100. But if you're gonna consider it A&P money, they get 45% of it, because you get the rest of it. That's gonna be considered A&P money. It's not A&P money, it's a fee they're gonna charge for that truck to come to their event, to the city's event, the festival. Because of what was written in that last paragraph there, saying that that's exempt from that ordinance from you guys.
So what does that have to do with us then?
That's my point. I don't think it has
I thought,
anything to do with
I thought
it.
you said it's going in the.
That was the
It shouldn't go into A&P. It should go into parks.
Well, it can go whatever the committee wants it to. it
Because-
sounds like.
That's a fee for, you're saying, we're gonna not charge people that are gonna sell woodworking and all the other stuff. But we're gonna charge if you're a vendor selling food.
Well, because of the A&P tax, that's why.
The A&P tax, as you said, is still in place regardless of where they are, if they're in 10 roads or whatever it is. What is that?
Tenny.
that place over there, they've already paid. They paid their permit and they paid their A&P $200.
We like tickets, we're making sure.
So you're gonna charge them again, just because they wanna move that truck over to the festival?
I mean, what was your intent? I wasn't in the committee meeting. Why did y'all come up with that? Were you saying you wanted
I was
to
doing
have it?
what, I was doing what they told me to do.
We were trying to find a way to get some kind of money
Yes.
from the people at the thing for the A&P.
That's why I think it's supposed to go to A&P, even though.
Yeah, but you can't, I think Tom's right on button here, you can't.
Why can't you?
You're gonna charge?
Well, because it's not the same. A&P, no disrespect.
Is a percentage of the prepared
About
food.
food tax.
Not a flat fee.
Cleared under license fee. $100, yeah.
The permit's 25, and there's an A&P flat rate fee that's $100 the first year,
So there it is.
$50 every subsequent year.
And then $100 goes to A&P, right?
Goes to A&P.
Yes.
So they're paying their $100 A&P fee, which is the flat rate for Freedom Fest, $100, and then they get a A&P tax form, which is their taxes for A&P.
So it's all going to A&P.
But Tommy, you're saying that's not correct.
I don't see how.
I got $100 fee going to A&P.
Yeah, it's
Whenever
going there
the
now, and I
local food truck wants to
disagree with that
operate,
every time
if
you
the
do it.
local food truck wants to operate in the city of Greenwood, they get a business license, and then they pay $100 flat rate for a year.
So if they've already
Well, it's
paid
not
that,
flat rate.
When did that?
It is $100 extra surcharge. It's not flat rate.
That was in your ordinance? They pay $100.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And
And then
What's
they have
it-
carte blanche to go operate in the city of Greenwood so long as you're in it. I'm truck for it.
Sorry, I've been here all that time, obviously lived through it, that doesn't make sense to me, because and then, let's just say you're doing that, and we are, and then somebody does decide voluntarily, because that's what it is, to pay their A&P tax, if we don't go out and get it, then we're doubling up. I don't
It's
think-
a punishment for the ones that do contribute.
Correct, exactly.
But it was put in place at the request of the A&P Commission to replace funds that were not paid in.
But the fee. the
I am not a fan of the word punishment, considering that any money collected goes towards the benefit of the town.
But what is the?
So I don't know that the word
What's the
punishment would be.
Good point.
That
Good point.
tax, how are you, what are you basing that on?
It's
They
a-
came up with $100 because everybody wants it.
That's what I'm saying.
A&P by law is a percentage of your, it's a percentage you put dictated, times the amount of the revenues from prepared food sales. So it's a sales tax to A&P, but that's not a sales tax.
So-
We didn't label it as a tax, we labeled it as a fee. I
Yeah.
remember going through that discussion.
Yeah.
The $100 is not a tax.
It's a surcharge,
It's a fee that goes directly to A&P.
but that doesn't exempt them from the tax.
I think Bob has something he wants to say.
Do you do the same thing on a brick and mortar?
I would love to take it away.
They get a business license, right?
Bob, what do you got,
Yeah.
Bob?
So maybe offer a solution.
Sure.
Please.
This is not the forum for this discussion.
I agree.
You guys collect tax.
Mhm.
That's all the law allows you to do.
Yeah.
You can't collect anything else.
Right.
If parks want to collect something, then that's up to their jurisdictional decisions, which involves the mayor and the council and the commission. But you guys can't tell them yes or no.
Right. That's why I asked the question. I said, if the money is not coming to A&P, why are we involved?
Yeah, in a perfect world, if they have some money on a project, it would less than what they ask you for. But
So make the fee $250, Casey, and then donate 100 of that to the A&P.
I've already kind of told everybody it's gonna be 100.
But I think 100 is a good starting point, because I think if you look at the other festivals, they charge a pretty fair amount. I mean, I don't know if it's $500 or $1,000, to have a booth.
If they've
Period.
already got a food truck established in Greenwood and already paid their $100, they don't need to pay an additional $100 to come down to Freedom Fest. Because I mean, if you're doing it, if we're going with the flat fee that is or is not legal, but isn't of us to say,
Well, the 1% tax is, you cannot waive that. They're
No.
supposed to pay that.
Yes.
Regardless.
And we also, didn't we run into some issues where like people were applying and weren't even getting paperwork to remit money for it? I mean, the fairground guy was here talking last time about he can't even get the form to give to his vendors to collect money from them.
The mayor said he was going to fix that so that.
Okay, there is a form. Okay. Well, because I also know, and well, we've got bed and baths that are happening and B&Bs that aren't getting collected money inside city limits that.
It's an issue.
Yeah.
There's no clear cut, and we talk about this in Minnesota Council Department, I mean, for sure, is how, who's gonna collect it? Do I send my code enforcement officer? Maybe I do. I'm visiting with that. There's a meeting, if you will, or part of an agenda at A&L this year, in about 2 weeks, whenever that is, to discuss this very thing on how to handle this. Every city has got, we're not different. Every city has the same thing. And I don't, until somebody comes up with some great, wonderful way to do it, I don't know what it is.
We started collecting in, on the Portsmouth A&P. So we got contract with DPR, VRBO, and the other ones. And it took us about 6 months, but we actually got a contract with them for their team. So we're actually getting money from the Airbnbs now in Portsmouth.
Well, we've been trying to do that, so please tell me your secrets.
Well, we went through, it was a contract, there's a kind of standard contract that you can go through with those. And basically we just kind of hounded them, and, it took about almost a year to get through that process. But we started getting, it also paid back, we got people do some back payments.
We've been on a year on food truck, so maybe we'll end the food truck and start with the B&B.
So with Airbnbs, how many are registered in Greenwood? How many carry a business license? Well, I mean, the first thing you have to do is identify who's here, and you do that. What's
Yeah,
that?
they're registered with Airbnb
Yeah, and so VRBO collects the tax.
from Airbnb.
They come and collect the tax for us, and they pay us, not the individual.
Yeah. So if you have an Airbnb, you're registered with Airbnb. They collect the money, including the tax, and then pay the city.
But VRBO is separate from Airbnb, right?
They work together.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
So Charlotte could just send a nice little email, ask them how many people they have registered in 72936.
Right.
Casey tackled it, couldn't do it.
Absolute zoo.
It is, and then Danielle tried, she thought she was gonna do it, she thought, I ain't gonna do it, when Casey couldn't.
We've got insight right there who can make a video of it, how to do it. Can your first video be how to get money from the Airbnb?
Tutorial?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
He can help you. We got a little something.
I just know that our last guy, Tim, went through that process. And I think
That's probably why it took 6 months.
Yeah, well, it took a while.
Probably had to go down there to India and talk to the people in person.
It's at 3%. It'd be worth 6 months. I mean, it's just more money. I think it's
I mean, we
worth
should
6
definitely
months.
work towards it.
I know you wanted to talk about all that when more people were here, but
That's okay. I mean,
to be clear, this commission voted for that $100 and that A&P fee goes
Then-
into the A&P. It has been. It has been ever since.
all I would be saying to Casey is if they've already paid the rate, then don't charge them again for the thing would be my only.
If the
Well, we
people
got-
if the people down the street have paid their $100, I don't know why they would have to pay again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they shouldn't have to pay again.
And,
proof
but
of having paid it.
most of them are probably not even gonna move.
Maybe one or two, but most of them are not moving.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, why?
I think Showboats is the only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
one I was
$100
thinking
is
of.
in charge, it's gonna go into the A&P tax fund,
And we'll decide if that's legal by next year.
and that's just like what we do with the rest of them.
Yep.
And if they've already paid the 100, they'll show it, they'll say we already paid our 100 for the year,
We're good.
and it sounds good, and we also will give them the A&P report form to pay the 1% on what they collect. And that's all we do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All you can do.
Any other commissioner comments? Anybody got anything else to say?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. I would have to hit the gavel again, do I?
Yeah, hit it.
You like that
Hit it.
gavel over there, man.
Judge Chris.
Get all over it.
Meeting adjourned.
See y'all later.
actually might not be